when you start going after the purpose of God, you can expect the miraculous power of God to be at work. Not only the miraculous power of God, but the miraculous provision of God. If you look through the ministry of Jesus, and you look through the ministry of his disciples, and you look through the ministry of the apostles, you will see that there were so many supernatural signs and wonders that accompanied their ministry. These signs and wonders, the miraculous power of God, the provision of God, was following the vision and the purpose of preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I would encourage you to get your mindset that when you go after the things of God, you should expect the involvement of God. You should expect God to work in marvelous, incredible ways. And maybe as you're getting a better picture, a clearer view of your purpose in life and in ministry, you're like, boy, it's going to take some really generous moves of God as far as miracles, signs, and wonders, his involvement. Maybe you don't feel qualified or able to do what God's asking you to do. I'm just telling you, when you go after the purpose of God, you unlock the treasury of God's miraculous power. I want to share with you a story about Faith Bible College International. We've been in existence for over 60 years, and it's a college that has, from its inception, through the heart and vision of Dr. Peer, to be a place where we live by faith. If I could just tell you all the stories of his life and Dr. Bell's life, and who was the next president, and all that God has been doing here at this campus, it would let you know that God is alive. But the reason that God has always provided and done these great things for this college is we've stayed on point. We've kept the main thing, and that is to train Pentecostal servant leaders who graduate debt-free. I think of one time, my father-in-law actually was building a house, and there was a potato field on that property. And the farmer said, you have to get these potatoes out of here. You have to get these potatoes out of here so that we can build this house. And he knew that the Bible college was here, and he knew that the Bible college was living by faith. So he called Dr. Peer and said, hey, look, I've got all these potatoes. It's just going to be plowed under if you don't come and get them. And so that morning, the staff had gathered to pray, and they actually prayed, Lord, we need some potatoes. They got the phone call from my father-in-law, and the students went over and they picked all the potatoes they could ever stand to eat. But God had provided. That's just one of the simple things. Now, if the school wasn't on mission, wasn't after his purpose, I don't think that connection would have ever happened. But that's how God works. Don't worry about the provision or the plan of God for you. He gets personally involved with people who make it their mission to follow the purposes of God. And again, if you want to be a financial blessing to Faith Bible College International, you're going to join a long line of people who have invested here to make sure that ministers are trained, and so that they can go out and preach the gospel and the kingdom can grow. What we're doing is vital. What we're doing is important. And really what we're doing and the way we're doing it is becoming very unique in our world. And so any of your generosity would mean so much to this Bible college, but even more so to a student, and even more so to the souls that student will reach. So if you would go to the giving link that's included with this video, be generous, do something as soon as you can, ask the Lord for his direction, and I know that God will be glorified and souls will be reached for eternity.